That's why this racism thing is so interesting, and I'm glad we've got this show tonight. You don't get to tell me you're not a racist. I tell you if you are. Because you see my spidey senses, we've all been in the workplace, we've all had that manager or that supervisor or that colleague that even when breath just starts to come out of their mouth, it's like racism.
Yeah.
Racism. Do you get what I'm saying? And then I look at all these people and say, okay, you know what? No way, no how. Yes, we have the yobs, we have the louts. You want to tell me this thing doesn't exist, but how has it galvanized such a reaction? Now, God rest George Floyd. But the point I'm trying to say is, and this is why I've always been such a hardliner on my pro-blackness. You see this thing, what we're talking about, the black liberation, is bigger than any one man. So R.I.P. George, but this is bigger.
It's a mass.
You were essentially just a flame for the petrol this time around. Because everything won't be done now.
Yeah,
Don't
real.
deceive yourself.
No,
there will still be riots.
Exactly.
There will still be war.
No, but this is
You know what I'm
the
saying?
point I'm trying to make, exactly going back to that. Of when the corona situation happened and then they targeted black people to say that we're the likely to get death, then you're not seeing, like saying, save the powers that may be within the black community and the black, all over the world.
Yeah.
The African presidents or the Caribbean presidents, no one was challenging. But then we weren't getting to see the black doctors speak, have their say, because our body and our immune system is so different. But yet we're still taking, so obviously that's what I'm saying, it's so psychological where we have to actually understand the difference between us.
Psychological warfare,
it's psychological, it's spiritual, it's economical, it's resourceful.
It's everything.
It's everything. And no one, and you know what gets me mad? This is how I feel. I feel, honestly, I swear to God, look, let me tell you how I feel. It's like a black person dies, and obviously the way they died was disrespectful, but when you look into your history of your own self and your lineage, it's a mad thing. Not just the deaths, it's how you're living, the system that you are put in. Because now, you're all protesting, you're saying this black screen thing, but I'm asking you yourselves, before this happened, what was you on?
Yeah, what was you talking about?
Selling flat real talk. What was you doing as yourself to know yourself as a black person? Because see me, for about over 10 years, I say I'm not fighting no black man. There's no violence for a black man. I've master that energy that I could go across neighborhoods and meet those guys that are man them and stuff, but it won't happen. There's certain things you have to do for yourself before, because now you're going in a group, you're dead. Our black lives, I'm gonna be saying it, the black awakening happened for a couple seconds. Next minute it's all lives matter. Then it's not all lives matter. Then it's everyone versus racism. You've been taken away from the concept of the point of your awakening. Cool. You know what's gonna happen? Say they put the man in jail. All right, cool. What else you asking for? You think like you really want them to go into the whole police force and get everyone? That's what you should be doing, innit? Am I lying? They should actually be getting the FBI and the CIA all into the KKK, all into the police force all over the world and sort it out. Because the CIA and FBI have proven in their history that they go to around the world and they sort problems out. Like they saw that the Black Panthers who built a system for themselves within America. You know what I'm trying to say?
That's a whole other story, though.
Let me get back to the point. My point is this.
CIA.
So in this function that we're happening now, all I'm trying to say, we're going to go back around in circles, but you have to understand each thing. Take each note. It's a simple, people. Yeah, if you're going to use this opportunity now to talk about you're black and remember that you're black, go do your research. Then to the white people and the other Asians and the Turks and all the other cultures within the UK and around the world that feed off us, that love our stuff, simple as, if you're really down for us, because it's a small percentage, go and do research, which means you go and read historical facts.
You need to
learn and understand. Because what it is about black people, you think, that today is like, we're protesting, we're marching, we're doing this shit. Then you get told what to do. You ain't structured yourselves. We ain't even got our own economy. We ain't built each other up yet. Okay, let's start from the streets. We ain't done unity in the streets yet. We're still trying to resolve the youth problem. We're still having our black females against the black men. So we ain't solved that. But because this happened, it's like boom, fuck it. You know what? We're going cousins. Now in the UK, we're calm.
I agree.
For now,
I agree.
You just don't forget we're the cousins. We are the heads. We're in charge. But because this is like this, in your father's house, you can't make a mess. So America is England's children. It's an experimental place. Just look at the history compared to when blacks came here from the Caribbeans and the Africans, and your system, our system, and look at their system. Totally different. Because of the way they get treated and we get treated around the world, but their one is experimental. It sets the pace for the black race, because in their history they tell you that the American are supposed to be the superior black race. So all across the world, black people should look at America as number one. Don't look at Africa. So whatever happens to America, black Americans are in an advanced, futuristic world from all of us. Understand that they are in a futuristic realm from England, from Europe, from Africa.
I mean,
What I'm saying?
I mean, the UK, I'm thinking they're quite synonymous in their behaviour, in their politics and everything. Like
special
every time
relationship.
they have a special relationship, and you can't even deny it. Even the way they report the news, they mirror each other. Like it's the same shit, stuff they're all saying. Sorry, excuse my French. They're always saying the same things. And their leaders, Boris and Trump. They even look alike.
Yeah,
like they even look alike.
You know what it is? It's not even about the individual. See what we do. See what they got us doing. Simple.
Yeah, I know,
I
know,
yeah.
bro. But let me learn, fam. That's what I'm saying. It's because I'm just going based off of what you just said, that America is in a futuristic world. They're in a futuristic world, but the UK are on the same level. We're smaller, but we're still doing the same thing. There's racism here. Racism is rife in the UK.
This is the main exporter.
Exactly. Who invaded America? Who went to go? Who brought the slaves to America? Who built
Australia? You know what I'm trying to say?
And for what purpose?
They sent their prisoners to Australia and said, "Go."
Exactly.
Go on.
So to even say that America is way ahead of us, there, no, it's the same
more
shit.
covert.
They're in the UK, we're more covert. They're more covert about the racism. In America, in your face, they've got guns. They've got white supremacists. Everyone knows them as Americans. That's the only thing. They know these people as Americans.
Oh, KKK. Oh, this.
KKK. That's how the UK is covert with it. Scotland Yard is the KKK here.
Metropolitan. So you know what? I'm happy that you guys took it that way, because we're going to so much directions. I'm trying to pull us in a straight line.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, devil's advocate, because I want to really understand what's going on here.
Yeah.
So before I just go to where I'm going to now, I just want to ask you both a question. Just give me a spitfire answer, yeah? Guys, tune in, yeah? 07999811569. If you want to call up, hit us up on the Twitter. Type your question. Tell them again. 07981 07999811569. We always mess it up, but you should know by now, being on here for 2 years. Now, if I said to you, TC, if I said to you, Kenzo, I'm a white man right now. Imagine me, my name's Billy Bob Joe. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I cannot just get this thing you're trying to explain to me. You're a black person. Say something to me. Tell me one experience that you think you go through frequently that would never happen to me, that you think validates these arguments that you are saying. Let me ask you that question first. And I'm a white guy, Billy Bob Joe, and I'm saying, TC, tell me an experience you go through that me as a white man cannot relate to, that would help me to understand the point you're trying to make.
Simple. I'm at work.
Yep.
I've got a customer who's known me for 5 years.
Yes, sir.
He will come in and he will say, "Oh, what? Are you having chicken tonight?"
Yeah.
What's that supposed to mean? Yeah, you having jerk chicken? Because he sees me. He sees that I've got locks.
Okay.
But you're
microaggressions.
Exactly. Jerk chicken. They can't relate to that. No one's gonna see a white person and say, "Oh, fish and chips." Like, it's not. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen, bro. So that's my spitfire answer. Sorry, bro.
What would you think?
Ours could be in the everyday life in Hackney and stuff. It would just be or not anywhere actually. Get stopped by police in a situation. I could be in a place full of white people and it's multicultural. You know what I'm saying? It's mixed, but you see the blacks get picked out. You could be in the park with white people and black people, it's mixed and stuff, but then the feds will come for the young black youths.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? In today's quarantine time.
In today's quarantine time.
For example, just as an example, in past history, just naturally walking down the streets or driving a car, two black boys, and then looking on your left, you're seeing a car full of like Jewish people, white people all packed up, but yet the feds seem to stop us.
Even in school, I went to school in Ireland where black people were definitely the minority in Ireland.
But they're growing. Shout out Ireland.
Yeah, they're growing, but in my school, there was less than 20 people across the whole year, across all the years from year in the UK it's year 7 to year 13, sixth form, whatever. Only about 20, less than 20, and you get into fights and whatnot with a white person, and it's the black people that will get in trouble. It's you that they'll be telling not to chill in groups of more than 2. Yeah. Why? There will be police in our hairstyles. They're telling us, "Oh, don't have your hair out. Don't have an afro.
Do you know what? It's freedom, isn't it? It's freedom. It's freedom. Freedom is very tight.
We're in the army,
and it's the psychological warfare aspect of it, like you said, because
the freedom is very tight.
You see, where I've always struggled personally in my experience is that, and it has cost me a lot in my professional life in terms of career, when I come across these racist people,
Yeah.
you see, and you know what the funniest thing is? Somebody said a quote that I see on Twitter this week, and I said, that is powerful and it's true.
Yeah.
He said, you lot are lucky black people are only looking for equality and not revenge.
And not revenge. You know, like that.
But you know what?
You know, I said something on the show. I don't know, you know, if the station will pull it up and go and dig out the clips.
Yeah.
They said, oh, if the black people rose to power, will you be friends with everybody else? And I said, yeah, of course we will. After 600 years.
Yeah.
We'll first return serve. You understand? This is why I said dead off all these people of color. They're telling me now, because Trump has come out yesterday, you've essentially, by manipulation of the language, told the citizens you can go out and kill people with your Second Amendment rights. I'm not going to get onto you. Now in certain parts of Chicago that are Mexican gang dominated, they're beating up black people, soft targets, elderly women, children, waiting for cars with black people. You understand? I see one thing I don't like, and this is what you said before about dealing with the youth problem. You see, this is when I start looking at the road life and the street life, and I think it's all muck.
It's muck.
I think it's absolute filth,
It's
bruv.
nonsense.
Because in a time of war, where are you soldiers? If it's to kill each other, if it's to do a madness to each other, you understand?
Jeez, this is what I'm saying. This is the battle now. The grooming young kids to do stuff came from where? Once again, in language and in our communication. The black people have a way of speaking. We have our own language. We have our youngers, we have our man, we have our years working, we have our year man's training, we have our talk.
I know we're not about to blame that on the white man.
It's not even blame, but think about it, because even though it's the concept, you're saying grooming, you know why? Because at the end of the day, in that life, it goes back to saying that life is not given as way where man are grooming them in a negative way. Yes, you're right by saying if you man can make all these youngers and manipulate them, influence their mind to do negative, this is the way you have to speak it. If you guys who take responsibility holding down blocks, your status is you're the king in that kind of world. You're the guy. So then you influence these young guys to look up to you. Yet you get them doing madness on the road that puts their life in danger, puts the community in a madness that brings so much trouble and heat. Now we're in a situation where we share the same skin, the same ethnicity, the same problems as from family, anything. You show yourself as a force in the music industry and entertainment business and to the world. So in this crisis now that we're having, where are you? If people speak like that, I'm cool. The problem I have with the grooming part is because psychologically, it's a negative quote to guys who are in the roadside who positively. I didn't get groomed. I chose to. These man them choose to. They might. And obviously, I know we're coming off topic. It's just see this is what I'm saying. End of the day, because remember, in the black community, we're gonna have so much things that we have to clear up to understand. You might have your opinion and hear it, and then boom. But 100%. It's the energy and the vibration that makes me understand it, and for you to understand it. Because remember, how I look at these emails and how you look at it is different. But we might, you know what I'm saying? Everyone might look at the same, but we still have to use something that's positive in a way to understand it, to communicate. It's the same way with in history that's been shown that you had Malcolm X go one way, Martin Luther go one way, Marcus Garvey. But at the end of the day, the main thing that they had was a similar thing to the one goal. The theme, So whatever we do in this process, and obviously that's what I was trying to bring to it, innit?
Yeah,
you get me? Just to say that.
Well, what are you saying about the grooming then?
Yes, exactly that. In the words that I use, that you man can influence these young kids to go on road, hold, you know what I mean, do the things that are negative, but obviously in the street life of psychological, just being oppressed, you men are saying, boom, this is the life, we're gonna do it. But now it's time to like defend or speak up or unify. You're not there. Basically, you're nowhere to be seen. Yeah. All you're saying is this, you know what, as a black man, I got stopped. As a black man, that's what I've been hearing. I haven't heard no solutions. I haven't heard empowerment or education stuff. All I've heard is people just representing themselves to say their experience as a black man. That is where you're simming and you're softening down. That's why you're screaming, Black Lives Matter. It's not that. It's you have to look at the whole picture. You're saying it matters to say, oh look, stop killing us. Stop this whole situation. Sort it out. You're still being a kid to the people that look at you as a father. They're fathers, bro. That's how I'm seeing it. In my sense of talking, you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah,
100%.
Breaking it down because we need everyone. We can't separate the guys who are legit. We can't separate the men that are rolled. We can't separate the girls that are doing stuff.
I just looked up the definition of grooming on
we can't separate
internet,
that. We have to bring everyone in a way of understanding because we all share the same connection.
Yeah.
We're all in different. We're all scattered in jigsaw puzzles, isn't it?
No, 100%.
And we're scattered everywhere.
No, I get you. Okay.
But there's one thing that connects us. It's freedom and the truth, isn't it?
Yeah.
But what it is that we want to sway our people away from following that. It matters. Give us answers.
Then get rid of the road life. Okay, bro, then just get rid of the road life then. There's no need for the street life then.
Look, we're going to have to get rid of road life, you're going to have to get rid of religion, you have to get rid of your eating, you're going to have to get rid of your habit of spending, you're going to have to get rid of, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, because everyone knows
can't just
the only
target
path
small.
when in the street life is either jail or death. That's the only path. Yeah.
Like the same way of being in the system is still being oppressed.
Okay.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but why would you want to train up someone to take your position, that the position that you know is not a good position to be in, that the only road it leads to is either death or thingy.
Yeah, but
so that's why it's being compared to.
I say, man, that's spending peas on them. Where's all the black businesses?
Yeah.
Where's all the black businesses around the world? Where's all the black independent self-employed businesses around the world? Where's the man who's got the trade port that's black, who's closest to anything? Where's that governor or that general that's created his own little black army in Africa or somewhere? You know what I'm trying to say? Where's the that's what it's got to be, blood. You got to use yourselves. Sorry, I went on and stuff, but yeah, let's continue. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, but you know what I mean? Everyone's gonna get their passion and stuff come out, because this is what it's about. It's about a lot of things, and the concept behind it is that it's a teaching, innit? There's grandmasters before us, who spent 50 years of their life. This is why I'm hurt, because as a whole masher, I looked at it as raw. Now you want to all look at Malcolm X, you want to post and find these things, you want to search about, and then you know the smartest thing is this. I'll tell you like this: Bill Gates and the Facebook here and company business, boom, $400 million got spent, got bought. The memes company got bought. In the situation of this this crisis here, we're getting so much footages of police brutality, of race. It's all coming out now. It's been out there for years, but for some reason someone just said, you know what, give it to them.
Yeah.
Can't you see the whole thing? Obviously, I'm shouting, but I need to control myself because I have to learn.
Still,
I'm still learning. But understand this. Listen, we don't run nothing. We don't own nothing. We are designed not to have a mentality that talks about caring for the world. Spirituality in your history, you were here to look after the earth, nature, yourselves, get transformed. You know what I'm trying to say? When you've been oppressed and taken away from that, now you're chasing a system. You know what I'm trying to say? You're chasing. We came out to a world that was not designed by us, but there was a world before that was created by us. But we don't have that feeling. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? And they don't want. Look, it's like the roadman talk. Let me talk to the street man. Them cool. Your boys run the block for years. He's gone jail. Now it's your turn to run the blocks. He's out of jail. You are not going to try and give him the blocks because of greed. You hear me? So now you want to kill him. You want to get rid of him. He might live on the other side and build his little team. You're still going for him. It's what we live in a small street world. What's happening in the big world. You see me? But our mentality is not designed to worry about that. You want to worry about house, mortgage. We want to worry about separation. We want to worry about why we date this, why we date that. Fuck all this. Before this started, the whole year I came out of jail, 2009, I was watching you lot, watching the whole world, watching the blogs, watching all the major things, the street blogs, everything, fashion concept, all you lot, watching everything, watching the musicians, everyone, to see what are we on, where are we going. Yeah. It's about chasing the money. It's about independence. It's about promoting people to be. Hey, listen, I'm doing it for the people. I want the young people to know they can make something of themselves in life. Yeah. The same things that they got taught when they programmed us. What? Okay, you know what I'm trying to say. You got the black Americans that are so rich, billionaires, but yet they ain't come together in the music industry as a company. But yet we, as you know, why black British are different. I'm telling you now the secrets, because we're Africans and Caribbeans. And then when we came, we might have got brutalized, but there's a bit of a way that our mentality is different, because this is the father's land, their father's land, all over the world, of the white Arab controlling race through history. This is the father's land. So in the father's land, we're his children, so he's gonna let his children kill. They still get rid of them, do what you're doing, but you don't do the experiments over there and we mark it out. Because if you learn your history, that's what they do. You know what I'm trying to say? So our mentality is like this, Rod. You know what? We've been watching Black America, the future. It's all your brain and mentality is a time machine. What you see, what you learn, you pass on. There's no time machine of creating something in a portal and thinking. Your time machine is spirit and an illusion that you don't have control of. You're trying to say? So the time machine is this. In a small concept, as watching Americans who are in advance, who've been living further than us, we're looking at them, we're learning. Then we look to the right and see Africa. We know Africa's still far behind us, so we're in the center. All right, cool. What does all the black Africans who are explorers and Caribbeans do in this thing? We've done the war, we've done everything. Now if you're awake, we're like, you know what, we need to come together because we can do it. Black Americans have done it, we've seen their problems. The difference now, in our timeline, we have other races who are behind us in a certain way. Because we're interracial and because they've realized we're not going to say it. The key thing is no one's going to tell you you're in charge or you're a god. You have to find out for yourself. Yeah. No one's going to tell you how to break free. You have to find out for yourself. So no one of these people that's writing or are telling you anything that you need to know. Listen, if you're really on this protest thing, fuck all this. You should be going to the police and say, free all the mandem or free all the black people, the black women that you've incarcerated for no reason, for years. You're killing people. You're incarcerating people. You're giving us fake education. Come on. Hello, wake up. So it's enough. This is how I feel, innit? And this is my passion. So going back to the whole point, the solution that I said, I'm going to pass it on to my brothers and let them speak. My solution would be financially, look for all black businesses. Fuck all this shit I need to wear at least wear every day.
Fam.
Wear your white t-shirt for 4 or 5 days. There's people in Africa, yeah. I went to Ghana last year and I'm telling you something now. This is what they do. You got these young kids like 4, 5, 6, 8 years old out from 9 in the morning to 9 in the morning.
Grinding, innit? Grinding.
Same t-shirt for 4 months, but life is good. They're happy. They're blessed. There's no illusion, but illusion that they're chasing something as well because they're still programming. So what we need to do is the same thing. Fuck all thinking about you need to inspire yourself to figure out the future of your people. When we die, who's looking after your kids? It's not your parents or it's the system. Who's the system? It's nothing to do with us. You might give them money, you might leave them land, you might give them education, but at the end of the day, they might be a small percentage that's trying to fight as well a system. So we need to get out of the system and break it. It's a thing of understanding, bro. So anyway,
we got a caller.
Trust me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let me pass it on.
What's going on? What's going on? We got a caller.
Hello.
Hang on for the tea. I'm going. Listen.
Oh,
How you doing? You alright?
yeah.
Hello. It's Ashley speaking.
How you doing, Ashley? You alright?
I'm good, thank you. How are you going?
Yeah, all good, man. What are you saying?
So I just wanted to go back to the point where you guys were talking about how education is basically the tool we need.
Yes.
And I feel like that's what's interesting because a lot of times we do see like the outcomes of some of these successes that we see in America, for example. And I feel like the lack of education that I think, especially is one condition in a lot of ways. So, for example, like a lot of, it should come to a point where a lot of black fathers and mothers should educate their child about, about their rights.
So what do you think? What do you think? Homeschooling?
Because I feel like if they don't do that, then they kind of look to somewhere else.
Yeah.
Kind of fill that void, and I feel like that in particular kind of causes a lot of issues.
Yeah.
And I think it's a lot of the thing is about white supremacy. What they do is they just kind of invict a lot of self-hate in the community. And
Can you as well?
No, they can't.
Yeah, and they kind of convict a lot of self-hate.
Right now, sorry. I mean, he's on a...
No worries.
Sorry, go on. Go on. Ashley. Go on, Ashley.
Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, listening. Go on.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, my point was basically a lot of white supremacists kind of inflict self-hate onto the community, and then they use that as a tool, and then people in the black community attack and everything like that. So I feel like in a way to move forward, we just need to, like exactly what you said, we need to support black businesses, because I feel like there is a lack of support, and I feel like, for example, a situation like this in terms of George Floyd comes and then it goes, and then another situation it comes and then it goes. But I think enough's enough at this point, and I feel like we shouldn't fall into the trap where this becomes just another trending topic.
100%.
Exactly, and I just feel like even with some people that have been, especially influencers, not all of them, some influencers have been saying, sometimes it's not all about, being performative and putting so much post on social media, but I'm thinking they also have a responsibility.
Yeah, you've got to be loud, man. You've got to be loud.
Message. Exactly. Like,
you've got to be loud.
Yeah, you're right. If you have the mindset to push the fashion codes that you're wearing, the collaborations, you're working with Nike,
have the same energy for this. Yeah, okay.
So why is it a problem for some people to push things that actually matter? And I feel like I've been seeing those posts, and I actually made me really question. I'm thinking, why would you not want to support?
Yes.
Just because you have a right, you have a platform. I understand that not everyone wants to be in politics. I'm not in politics like that, but this is a community that's affecting us, so they should use their platforms wisely.
100%. Have you got a black business that you want to promote while you're on there?
So I want to promote my blog, lifeofacameo.com. So it's focused on travel, events, and lifestyle.
Okay.
But currently I am promoting, the movement that's going on, and I'll be putting out videos on my YouTube channel. So that's Natalie-Silva on YouTube.
Okay.
And I'm going to be going to the protest tomorrow actually as well.
Oh, brilliant! What time is that protest tomorrow? Is it?
Yeah, so it's in Hyde Park tomorrow, 1 o'clock, Hyde Park, London.
Thank you very much, Natalie.
No problem.
Thanks for your input.
Thank you,
no
Natalie.
problem. Thank you. No problem. Bye.
You take care.
Alright, bye.
The goal is to support black-based charities
across the UK.
Reload that. What's this? Sorry.
So this is the Black Card Lottery.
Black Card Lottery,
which is a subscription lottery. Players can win cash prizes with up to 35% of sales going back to your local communities and chosen charities. So basically 35% of the sales, so of the tickets that you buy, that you pay for, 35% of those sales go to black-based charities across the UK. Looks cool, man. The site is coming soon. It's not actually ready yet, but you can register your interest. Looks quite quick. It's a small form, like literally taking 30 seconds. And if you're interested, I'll even do it now, man. And if you're interested, just sign up. That was a submission from one of our followers on Twitter using the GFM Black Lives. the GFM Black Table Talk hashtag. So it's hashtag GFM Black Table Talk. And just drop your black owned businesses.
All your black owned businesses, we want to know about them.
Yeah, man.
Let's go. TC, what's good?
Yeah, so I'd just like to say, obviously it was a bit, I'll name, part one, I didn't name it, but I just wrote a thing saying, you know when your spirit's burning. Yeah. So obviously shout out to everyone who was watching on the first episode that happened. You know, it wasn't like the heat of tension, and it was not negative, it's expression of love.
Yeah.
Yeah? So just to say it, to clarify, you know, like if the media said, look at these racist guys talking stuff always, no. It's expression of love.
Yeah. And
with our nature, I love when you're embedded in a prison, it's that kind of rage because it's freedom, you know what I mean? Yeah! Do you know what I'm saying? Because man are warriors. You have to understand my spirit. My spirit is a warrior spirit, and also whatever, if it's political and intelligent and stuff, it comes with it, you know what I mean? Because we're all beings.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Miss Chromes, shout out to Mab Shock Cola. Hold tight, straight from Concentrate. We've got my man Sensei, and we've got King Kenzo.
Let's go.
You know what I mean? We're all in the building. And so we had a discussion earlier on different kind of topics, but it's kind of, we were talking about the current situation of like America, you know, we was talking about the current situation of the black society within the UK, we were talking about the roadman them as well within the UK and their position in this kind of situation where we might feel as a...
Another main issue, one thing that needs to obviously that needs to be focused on is the police in general, and in general, and how they're trained and what, like, just basically just people skills. Like, they need to be trained on how to read the room, so to speak. Like, they just got, I feel like they don't have a gauge of like what is acceptable and what is, you know, an acceptable level of
professionalism,
aggression. Yeah, exactly, of professionalism. Well. Yeah, like they're just
first, isn't it?
Like even if you're racist, come to work and do your job. So technical difficulties.
That's okay.
But do your job, bruv. Like,
but
we have to be held at that. We have to be held at that standard, no? At work.
See, this. I'm happy that you brought up the police. Shout out everyone tuned in on the live. 07 999 981569 if you want to call us in. Use the hashtag GFM Black Table Talk. We'll find your tweets on Twitter, and we'll obviously answer your questions if you want to find out anything black. This is what we're here to do today. We're talking about the police brutality. We're talking about Black Lives Mattering. We're talking about what's going on in the black community. Everything black. Black Table Talk. Hashtag GFM Black Table Talk. Now, police.
Yeah.
One thing I find very, very interesting myself personally is looking at the footage that we're seeing coming out of America right now, specifically, even though we've seen it all over the world in other times.
Yeah.
I think, you see, and I like how TC kind of brings certain things across whereby when something is a spade, sometimes it has to just be a spade. Yeah. You understand?
Yeah.
It's no longer a discussion about what does the police embody or what do they signify.
Yes.
You have shown yourself to be what you are in this situation. Lawless, instigating riots, you understand? You've been infiltrated by all kinds of hate groups and far right and far left and far up and far down groups. Like, it's just a madness. We're seeing the footage, and thank God for social media, because back in the day we'd never see these things.
Exactly.
Now, if you look at it realistically, we have more confidence in social media than what the mainstream media is telling us.
Yeah.
Now look at the institution of the police. We have to start talking some cold, harsh facts. And you know, Lauren, you know, the miseducation of Lauryn Hill, shout out the Queen.
Yeah.
You see what? You see, if I was a rapper a conscious rapper, I will drop a mixtape.
Yes.
The Miseducation of the Caucasian. That will be the name of the mixtape.
Hashtag. Yeah. Listen, that's here.
You understand?
Hashtag
Copyrights.
GFM.
We're doing it right now.
Black Table Talk.
You understand?
Hashtag.
You know why?
Miseducation of the Caucasian.
It's the Miseducation of the Caucasian. You know why?
We'll be
And it's
reading
very-
your tweets
Because you
live
have the segment of
on Twitter.
that the white population that is all this extreme stuff and everything. Okay, cool. Then you just have the average general Karen or Sally or Joe or Tom. We've all passed through the English state school education system. You know what they teach you about the Tudors, and they don't teach you about imperialism and colonialism and British Empire. No, Henry VIII had this many wives, and this one did
and
this,
Macbeth.
and all Macbeth and Shakespeare and all that stuff. All right, all well and good because your history.
It's your history.
But most of them don't know. You see, that's why sometimes they'll come and talk to you as a black person, and they want to lick bars that you like go back to your country and all this rough talk and rough play there.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, don't you know what you guys did when you built your empire? You went out and done the best PR marketing campaign till date. Dun, 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 dun. This is Great Britain. You told the whole globe about your empire, and now they want to come and see.
Yeah.
Why don't you educate your average white citizen how you make your wealth, what you do?
Yeah.
But then sometimes you see certain things they do when these things come up and the way they respond to it. Case in point, the two lads that hopefully will not get into University of Warwick, we will be staying on that
Oh
case.
yes.
You know what? Let me land. When I see things like that, I think, you know what? Even with the miseducation of the Caucasian,
Yeah.
that energy is in you regardless. This is why it keeps replicating. Because
out
even
to
though
everyone
you
who's
don't
been on the
know
live.
how your empire was formed, even if you did, you wouldn't care. And this is why I now start saying, everybody might say, oh, you're hard this, you're hard that. Are you people stupid? You know what it is? I've actually discovered in recent times that no me, not you, nor anybody on this live, shout out Pat Miller, shout out NC Stars.
Shout out.
We don't know. Shout out everybody on the live over here, Wavy Business, GFM Radio, you understand? Shout everyone at King Kenzo. Let me get to it. Let me get to it,
brother.
None of us know who we are.
Yeah.
We think we do, but you understand? We live inside a bubble, okay?
Yeah.
Now let me put it to you like this. This is a cup. Me, Kenny, TC are here.
Yeah.
We now get this cup. We structure all these things in here, housing, kakaka, kokoko, all these things inside.
Housing, education.
We now get some life forms, put them inside, seal the top of the cup in what we've created. Those life forms know nothing else than the inside of this cup.
Yeah.
What comes
But
outside?
this cup is being looked at by some
Someone,
people.
cool, yes.
So what I'm trying to tell you is you don't know who you are. Because you know who you are within the construct of society as it's been given to you.
Yeah.
And now that the
been
fabric
given.
of that society is at risk, that's why you see them declaring martial. Because there was a protest in Los Angeles yesterday. Do you know what they were chanting there?
What were they trying?
Eat the rich.
Eat the rich.
People are clocking the motive.
Because
You
what
understand?
are the rich doing?
Now, what I'm trying to show other people is, and you see, you know why you're seeing a response this time, and I'm going to call a spade a spade.
What's that?
Majority of these white people don't give a damn about the motive. What they are sensing for the first time in their life and seeing from these police is that they, for the first time in their life in this situation, are getting that rough hand.
Yeah.
What they've always been shielded from, the police brutality, the rubber bullets in the head, the dogs on you, you're getting it. And for the first time ever, no, but hold on, let me land, guys.
Go on, continue.
You know what the beautiful thing about it is? It's prophetic. You know why it's prophetic?
Why?
Because they're having a small taste of what we go through now, but having seen our history, they already know where it ends up.
Yeah.
And let me tell you the even better thing. Hold on. When they were rioting in the state capitals in America a few weeks ago, white armed militias, this was because they could not get haircuts. I put it to you like
Oh,
this.
they were time with the guns and stuff.
Yeah,
like them,
and nothing happened. They didn't call that one protest, but I put
No.
it to you like this.
What's it?
You see, because of the existence of how everybody exists, look at it like this. Everybody in the entire world, bar white people, have a gauge. Let me expand. Let me expand.
It's
Hold
true.
on. When I say a gauge, I mean there's one system or one structure or one stereotype or one stigma that lets you know I have to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, when
Yeah,
I go
yeah.
to a job, I need, you understand?
need
The
to behave
only
this way.
current species in the world that does as they please or as they please are white
Yeah,
people.
bro.
You understand?
Fulfill.
Now, why that makes that dangerous is if you now throw what they're now trying to throw at them in America to give them a taste of the blacks, they are not used to this. You understand? We have not seen this before. That's why you're seeing the way they are responding. Now, what I expect them to see and clock and say, listen, and this is what black people don't understand. Every other movement, the gay rights, the trans rights, the whole lot of it, have used the black movement as a catalyst and then spring off.
Yeah.
All of you people at this point, if you can't look and say, you know what, they're killing these people in the streets, and excuse my French, but lay F off. You understand? Because that's where I'm at now. You know one thing? Hold on. I put it to my people on my Instagram. I was watching religiously because I have friends of all creeds and all races. If I didn't see you post, I'm blocking you and I'm deleting you. Because you enjoy my friendship. You enjoy my black comedy, my black presence, my black everything. And now when they want to kneel on a black man for the whole world, 19,000 people watched George Floyd die. On live, mind you.
19,000.
No, so hold on.
Live.
Yeah, because the person was recorded, but they were on him for 9 minutes. Hold on. So in that same week, we have the Karen in the park with the dog issue. How do you hold on? Amy Cooper, sorry. How do you, as a white person, how do you look at that situation? How do you look at what happened in Minnesota with George Floyd? How do you look at with Ahmaud Arbery? And as a white person, you understand? So what I am at this point now is, hold on, let me just land. Sorry, I don't want to have a discussion with you anymore about what is or isn't.
Yes.
What is clear, and if you are saying it isn't, who you are and what you are is fine. Because what you need to be doing now is using the privilege and the power you have to assist us.
Yes.
Or if not, you understand?
Move on. Go that way, in that direction.
You understand? All I will say is, you want to say let sleeping dogs lie or whatever. You see one thing why I said the energy of this protest is different. Mark my words. The black man is tired. The black woman is tired. You know why?
That's all you need to say,
because we got nothing. And when you've got nothing, what's to lose?
No, that's all you need to say. That's all you need to say.
And you see, go back to that quote we gave them in part 1, and I'll just say that again. Be happy that black people are looking for equality and not revenge.
Yeah.
You see, I posted a video on my Instagram and the white guy broke it down, and this is one thing that I honestly believe, past all the racism, I hate black people or whatever, the real driving factor of all of these things still thriving is the fear of retribution. You know, within your households, when you sit around with your tea and bickies, what you talk about and what you glorify yourself on. And you know, because the funniest thing is, the black people are a different people. We're peaceful by nature. Your history is conquest and conquering and war and destruction, you understand? But some reason you have it in your head that if we are now free or have power, we're gonna come and do to you what you done to us. I just want to make it very, very clear. Go and speak to your average black friend, your black female, your black whatever. They will tell you, left well enough alone, they are happy to just live their life. They want to go to barbecues, a couple motives, lift a little leg, do a little leg work, a little bare body. You know, we don't have any time. We don't watch what you're doing. We don't watch what you're doing. But enough is enough. We can't be just pretending that these things are not going on anymore. Like, think of the mental trauma you have to wake up, watch the way you dress, watch the way you talk. You now get to work. You've got one silly little idiot manager that's just simply not big enough. They'll now be telling you all kinds of jargons. You have to put up with that. Someone will talk about, you see this hair that I'm growing now, it's a protest. Hold your breath now for 9 minutes. By the time it gets to 2.5 minutes, you'll know you're holding your breath, but you're still going another 7 minutes. They killed him. Now, this is my thing. Please, let me understand, and I want you to understand one thing, and I'm really here today to just give it straight. The white man will not tolerate this mess they're doing with everybody else.
100%.
Listen,
why did it take 4 days?
You know what the funniest thing is? Even if you're more powerful than them, hold on. Look at, in terms of Hitler and all of them, man, when they were doing their thing. Let me tell you something about the white man. If you want to conquer the white man, you have to conquer the white man. Because it's not going to let you just mess him around or her around. Look at their history. Come as Hitler, come as Mussolini, come whoever.
The Vikings.
We are going to fight you. You have to conquer us or we beat you back. So the point I'm trying to make is, you have to now, you see, you deal with people, it's a chessboard. If that's what you people are on, oh my kumbaya and no justice, no peace is not, you're used to that. That's your favorite mixtape. You load that when you want to get wavy. No justice, no peace. Ain't no justice. They'll be skanking to that. Story. No story.
It's Black Lives Matter.
Forget even all the Black Lives Matter now. This is why I went back into the first thing. Black Lives Matter, we know this. It's all story. Because even if you are successful in this job, it's still not going to matter to them. So forget that. Organization. You see, because you know what the danger in this thing is? If you look now, say you want to go and start smashing up everywhere and do this thing, and then when it just dissipates, it's like back to life, they are going to hammer us. What is the end game here? Because it can't just be continuous riots. What's your end game? Like, you know why I say I don't take you seriously? You're saying you're doing this motive. I haven't seen them get like a whole state under control or whatever. So it's like, are you just actually want to smash stuff for the sake of it? Because when that stops, then what? Do you actually have a plan? Like, according to as the news reports are coming out, like Donald Trump has declared martial law. Like the constitution in America currently is suspended, and my man can do all type of fuckery. And that is coming onto us.
Yeah.
So this is when I now get back to the conversation I said in the first half, just to pull it back in terms to the grooming.
Yeah.
Look, let's call a spade a spade. We have to be real.
Yeah.
We are now, let's say we're leaders of an African country. Yeah. And we've got all these enemies around the world. Shout out everyone on the live. Shout out Wale, Chris. And you know, we got all these people
Just call me Anita.
on the live. You know, 0799981 if you want to call in.
Hashtag
Now,
JFM Black Table Talk.
I understand all the thinking. I know the thinking. But you see why I said there's too much thinking? They call it niggas splaining. Excuse my... we can say that.
Yeah,
when we do too much talking. When I said niggas, you see the white man, you can give all these justifications. They will not look at rot or something that is festering in their community and let it run. When in America just recently, or it may even still be going on, but because of COVID, we're not hearing it. When the opioid crisis was gripping white middle class America, they knew they had to find something doing, or this is gonna ravage. You understand? What I'm essentially trying to let you know is that you have to be wise and learn. This whole mentality of, I'm just gonna let that run, or I'm just gonna let this run because of this reason or that reason. In the grand scheme of things, it's detrimental. Simply for the fact that even if everybody collectively right now as we're doing this show woke up right now and said, bam, this is what we need to do, it's not even in our lifetime probably we'll see.
At all.
So that's how far behind we are.
Every level.
You get what I'm saying? So when somebody now wants to start making, I understand it, I resonate with you, but it's like, bro, what are we achieving here? Because it's two things, and this is what you have to understand. When you make all these excuses for supporting black behavior that's necessarily detrimental to the wider community, you understand? You are living for the here or the now. I guarantee probably, let me not, anyway, you're living for the here and the now, you understand? You will die, you will leave some kids behind, they will swear for you, you won't rest in that grave by the time they start suffering because you smashed it. What are you thinking about? Look how other people move. They will go out, make their wealth, pass it down. But us, no. Because we never had money. We need to buy this. We need to do that. We need to. Let me put it to you like this. I look at simple things where if you, some of you just want to be wayward. Okay, we're checking it all the way out there. The county lines, the drugs. That's what everyone does. Okay, that's what they target with us. You know what I thought about one day? All right, you got your lines, however it works. Okay, I don't understand. Maybe 3-4 different cities you operate in, your phones and whatnot. I said, this is Eddie Stover. This is DHS. This is Parcel Force. Why are you not a logistical manager? Why do you not have a logistics consultancy? Because it's like at the end of the day, you've got intelligence and skill set. It's just about how the same intelligence you're using to run this line could run Eddie Stobart's logistics for their trucking. Yes. So what I'm essentially trying to say is that it's all well and good making the excuses. Oh, they confined us to the hood, so I'm gonna trap. Oh, this, that, so I'm gonna trap. No, let me tell you something now. Give you 2 examples. You see how they love off guns in America? Yeah. Let every black man tomorrow just go out and decide he wants to buy a gun. There will be gun reform overnight. Same how in this country. You see why? That's why knife crime can never stop, because you're doing the job for them. You imagine what they would look like in this Britain. All the top dogs in all the whole everywhere saying, you know what, by executive order and decree, all this nonsense stops. And if it doesn't, where we find you is where we cane you. You've got like a couple 100,000 black kids, not doing any road, not doing anything, all going to school, all going college, all going uni, all graduating. How do you justify that they're not in your boardrooms? How do you justify that they're not in your courts? How do you justify that they're not in your House of Commons? You cannot. But this is where we need to get smart. They will look at you like fools. You want to take us down, you can't even organize amongst yourselves. Exactly. What are we saying? So there are some things we need to stamp out. So you cannot justify some things to me. I don't want to hear it. There's no justification. Don't groom young boys to go and do this drug thing. No, because why? They get addicted to that. You've already given it to the generation coming after them that you won't see. Exactly. You understand? I said, why not? Get this money and do. Why does nobody... You see, like, why don't you do it yourself? It's like, you see, and it's a twisted, nasty, insidious energy behind it sometimes. Because look at even like with the extreme, or whatever they call it, like the suicide bombing and stuff. I always used to ask myself one question. How is it that they managed to twang you, man, that go and do this motive? Why is my man that is telling you not going to do it himself first?
Done it himself, innit?
So what I always say is, if it's not good for the goose, it's not good for the gander. And if it would not be good for your seed, do not give it to somebody else.
Exactly that.
Because we say that we've got youth and this, that. If the older generation and the elders were with sense and on code, there's no misbehavior you want to do. You're simply just not big enough with everybody on code.
Yeah, and you're not really a man.
That's what they call leadership. You see one thing, why I tell you, okay, look, you see before they got their claws in Africa at that Berlin conference, I will tell you something now, go and do your research. The bloodiest wars you've ever heard of were fought in Europe. They will hammer themselves.
Oh, yes. 100%.
Till now that we're doing this show, they still, Europe,
all of them, bro.
it hates itself. But you know what I'm trying to pull out? For their common gain of extracting wealth and everything, see how they've managed to just get along because of that organization. You need to learn.
Yes,
they hate each other. If the EU was to fall to like completely tomorrow, maybe they will start.
They'll start.
They hate the Italians.
So
they hate French. They hate everyone.
How do we organize? What are we organizing? You understand?
This is a good point. I love
and
that.
You see, and the bad thing that I see inside us is that individualism. This is what we're fighting against amongst us.
Which is
Everybody wants to
I'm
be
greed for it myself.
No, we all are.
We take more of it's the yin and yang, innit? We take more of the negative, innit?
Ask for help. I don't like asking for help. That's the thing.
No, but no, when I say individualism, I mean in the sense
that
it's
a mentality
of. No, I mean that in terms of. I'm talking
in
terms in the sphere of success.
Yeah.
So let's say, for instance, I come through in a way and I'm up.
Yeah.
There's something amongst us sometimes whereby my money suddenly doesn't feel like money if you have money and you have money.
Yeah.
So what we do is, because of the here and the now, remember what I said between here and now and the long term.
Yeah, the long term.
That's why there's no generational wealth like that amongst blacks, because we live for the here and now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, you understand? Whereby we should think. I always say to people, even if you like money, move in the right way with your brothers, there'll be more money to like. But one man will say, you know what, I would rather make 100k by myself and watch them starve than team up and let's make a meal. And even where we do team up and say let's make a meal, one way or the other we're still gonna try and do each other over. The essential point I'm trying to bring at is, for as much as we're gonna scream the enemy, we have to have a different conversation amongst ourselves. We need to do different. You know, one thing that I observe, they must laugh at us because when we do have our, because we're probably doing now but not as deep, we have it so openly, you understand? We air the dirty laundry far and wide. So not only are we not organizing, they're aware of exactly how disorganized you are. Because you argue everything in public.
How did Epstein get away with how many things he got along with? In the amount of time he did. He got away with a lot of shit. Like a lot of shit. If I'm even able to say it on there, fam. He got away with a lot. So we should be able to. We should learn to move. Not like that. Not in that sense. But like we should be able to unite and keep black, basically.
Yeah, but what you said is right.
Keep
because
black.
Is it not okay? If I want to take from the Epstein thing in terms of applying that to us amongst our community, what I'm gonna say to you is essentially, what you forget what has gone on there, because we're not of that inclination. Anybody that wants to sleep with kids and do child pedophilia and all that, well, God bless you where you end up. But the lesson I will take from that is that connections are important.
100%.
You understand? Again, going back to the analogy of the world existing in a cup, it's just what they've built for you. It doesn't. And see, someone said a tweet. Sometimes I read some tweets, throwaway tweets, but they're so powerful when I absorb it. He said a tweet. I read a tweet this week, and it said, just because you don't believe in it or don't believe it doesn't mean it's not true. You can't listen, okay, let me give it to you like this if you can't understand it. Some of us now, okay, Joe Blogs traps on the weekend but goes to his 9 to 5 Monday to Friday. But that Monday to Friday 9 to 5 he goes to, he's not showing them what he's doing on the weekend. The point I essentially mean to pull out is, if you as just a common layman with no power and no nothing has that double life and has a sphere of life that is hidden that maybe some people couldn't even fathom exist, how more so people that are
higher up,
so open up
100%.
your mind. And this is what I mean about, forget about even white people learning about us, like in just a broader sphere as in everybody. Let me tell you something now, because this is how control and power works. Nobody anywhere in the world, under no distinction, under no education, will educate you properly.
And they will not free you.
You know why? No, it's simply that.
They wouldn't free you.
The best education you're ever gonna get is absorbing through your own eyes and ears. And yet, you know why? Because not only that will each person give you the information from their perspective, but you have to, information is dangerous. So if I'm a status quo and I'm trying to maintain my position, I'm not necessarily, and that's essentially what has been done to the blacks for time, I'm not going to give you information that is going to empower you to overthrow us. Now, another element, I was talking with someone during this week, I'll hear what you guys think on this opinion. I put it to you like this. You see maybe some of the reasoning behind why the white people do what they do, and let me just land before you interject. I understand. and I may say I may even agree with to some extent. Let me land though.
No, of course.
But
I understand as well.
the methods they're going about, and you know why I say that? Let me put it to you like this. If I was the president of Nigeria, even though I wouldn't be mad and doing all this nonsense, I'm just going to call a spade now. There's never any how, way, shape or form that I'm going to let anything or any type of activity happen in my country that shifts the Nigerians to be not the majority in Nigeria. Just straight up and down. Not even if I'm gonna kill or whatever, but whether by policy or whatever, you understand. So I understand this. Okay, maybe they're your countries or your corporations or whatever, and you understand. But you can maintain certain things or do certain things without going the insidious route. The way you're choosing to do it shows something about you.
Sinister,
do you understand?
yeah.
I don't expect you to maybe necessarily let them all over the place, because let's call a spade a spade. If all these quote unquote other people rise to all the top positions in the country, you lose your country. But what you don't have to do is put their thumb in, because you are a country that is nothing by yourself, like it or not. And you see the beauty, what I like, and this is why I say, and I want white people to understand, I love it. I've got white people that I love, but we have to talk as, you know, in monolithic terms, because that is how we are dealt with. For as many of you that might say you're nice or liberal, the majority of you aren't. That's just the reality of the situation. But you see what I like? The younger generation is changing.
But this is what the younger...
They're not trying to absorb all that, because it's like, I've got friends of different creeds.
Because
I'm listening to music and it's like, nah, mum and dad, that's...
Because they felt the soul, the spirit, the connection.
And you know what it is?
And I've always said this,
And you know what it is? You can be caught out now. No one wants to be ostracized.
That's what I'm saying. Social media
Imagine,
helps
you know,
in
you
that
get
sense.
caught out for this thing
Cancel
now.
culture.
And you know your life can be, you know, just in by accident, and you're just on the timeline for the night, and suddenly you go to college tomorrow and no one wants to chat to you.
Fam, have you seen the amount of people that have lost their jobs over shit that